Get out of here. I feel so dumb right now. Really, really uneducated right now as to what I just saw on Facebook. It was on Facebook where this woman came on, and she's a black lady, and she was discussing Juneteenth, and she was like, it's not an African holiday. That's what she said. It's not an African holiday, so I don't know why you're wearing. She basically was saying you got up all the African flags, but this thing did not happen in Africa. Juneteenth happened in Texas, Galveston, Texas. Hey, y'all, and welcome to Lovely J Podcast. I'm Miss Coco Bowden. Good morning. I can't believe I'm up this early. But then again, that sciatica pain will pull you out the bed. When you want to sleep in and that pain hits you, you're going to have to get up. So I'm up because of that. And we're going to talk about this thing. So all this time, I was thinking this was some African things. And I don't know why it did not register with me that Texas, Galveston, Texas is the United States. It just didn't register. I mean, it just seems like so many of our battles come from Africa. Or at least we put it in Africa's name. Do y'all see that? We put a lot of things in Africa's name that actually happened over here in the United States. And that, I sure not gonna know any better if we don't learn ourselves. And I feel so bad for that. So what is Juneteenth? Juneteenth is short for, and this is according to GoogleHistory.com. I just have to read the article things. I'm not plagiarizing, but this is only for commentary. So disclaimer on that. Juneteenth, short for June 19th, is an American holiday commemorating the effective end of slavery in the United States. It marks the day in 1865 when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, quote, quote, to announce that the state's enslaved people were finally free, more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, which means that these people were free, and the whole time they didn't know they were free. So they were still living as slaves. They were the last ones to become free. After that Emancipation Proclamation, I'm not saying this. My brain is not letting me say this word. Emancipation Proclamation. Y'all just gonna have to get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this is the history. The Emancipation Gap. President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. However, because the Union Army lacked a strong presence in the westernmost Confederate state of Texas, the order was widely ignored by enslavers there. General Order Number 3 on June 19, 1865, Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston and read General Orders Number 3, which informed the people of Texas that all enslaved people were completely free. See, they were holding our people hostage. They were taking away their rights because they didn't know any better, and because of, just like they say, however, because the Union Army lacked a strong presence in the westernmost Confederate state of Texas, the order was widely ignored by the enslavers. That sounds kind of like what we're going through right now. A lot of our cries are being unheard now with things that are going on towards black people. It's still here. The hate for black people is still here. It's still here. It's still people that's really running around thinking that we are not free and that we are slaves, that we don't deserve this freedom that we have been given. We deserve this and some. And they treating us all hateful and things for no reason at all. I just recently went to a restaurant yesterday, and the the level of how society has trained our young people working at these fast food restaurants to dislike some and favor others is sad. I went to this restaurant and these people loaded my... You would have thought that I had like at least 1/4 cup of ketchup on one burger. I kid you not. I got to post the video of that because I was going to do a video and then I was like, look at all this ketchup. I couldn't get past how much ketchup was put onto the hamburger. It was a Dave Singles from Wendy's. And they served it to me really cold. I didn't check to feel if it was cold or anything. I just checked in my bag to make sure all my food was there. But when I got where I was going, which was not far, probably like maybe 30 seconds away from where, just to the parking lot, basically. That food was so cold. It was like the bun had just came out of the freezer. The top bun. But the bottom bun was warm. But the top bun was cold. The sandwich was cold. The fries were cold. I could not eat it. I took it back and I asked them if they could fix me another one. This time make it hot. The girl looks at me. This is a Hispanic girl. Young girl. I could tell she's young by her eyes and her face. She looks at me and she when she looked at me, she went and did the same thing. Went and made the same sandwich cold. She didn't give me the same sandwich because I had already bit off them. But she went and gave me another cold sandwich. And I was like, you know what? At this point, this is a girl who dislikes me. For whatever reason, she dislikes me. And it's not that she don't know her job because she's been working there a long time. I've seen her there for at least 10 months. So she knows the job. It's just that she didn't like me for some reason. Didn't fix the sandwich right. And it's sad because as they grow up, they don't realize that what they're putting out here is the same thing that's going to happen to them. What am I getting at? What I'm getting at is the fact that you can treat people hateful just because of the race of their skin or just because you choose to dislike them. I mean, because it's a choice. It's free will. You don't have to like anybody. You don't have to love anybody. You can, step on people all day long. You can make people feel less than all day long. It's your choice. But at the end of the day, you're going to see it again. It might come through your kids. It might come through you. It might come through somebody in your family, but everything that you've done to somebody, you're going to see it again. And this leads back to how people look at us black women and men and think we aren't free and don't deserve to be free and don't think that we deserve to have some of the better things and finer things as other people. And that was one of the things I thought about yesterday when I was in that drive-thru line. I was like, should I eat this or not? Because I'm hungry, but on the other hand, what if she did do something to the second sandwich? Just mad because I brought the first one back. Well, I ate half of it, and I ate none. I probably ate like 3 or 4 fries, and it's in my trash. I had to trash the whole thing. But it just goes to show you that we must keep history alive. And let people know that we know exactly where we came from. We came exactly from slavery. Our ancestors were slaves. We didn't meet them, but we still getting the treatment. It's nothing new under the sun. We didn't meet them, but we still are getting some of the same treatment that they had back in the days. Just like now, I know what I put in for never mind. I'm not going to say anything on that. I caught myself on that. Let's get back on to Galveston. But those people were free and they didn't want them to know better. That's why we perish from lack of knowledge. They didn't want the people to know better. And because they didn't know no better, they continued to live in slavery. Until somebody finally said, let me go tell them. And they went and told them. And that's how they became free. That's why we have Juneteenth. It's not just so you can sell your merchandises and things. You better be out here educating these children on what's here. Because black people have always been the target, not the prize. In our eyes, we are the prize. And we are. We are the prize. But in other people's eyes, we are the targets. And they are training our black people. And this is sad too, because the older people who know about slavery is in on the training of how to turn blacks against blacks. Perhaps I should have made this on my other page. Did the other podcast with this. But let's continue to go on. Y'all, my air just popped on. So if you hear it in the background, I'm going to try to speak louder. Because it's getting hot. But that order went out June 19, 1865. Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston and read the general orders. Number 3, which informed the people of Texas that all enslaved people were completely free. A fluid holiday while slavery persisted in some border states until the ratification of the 13th Amendment. Later that year, June 19th, became the localized, long-standing symbol of emancipation and resilience. And the traditions that come along with Juneteenth is what people do. Celebrations frequently involve community gatherings, parades, family reunions, historical readings, and educational events. And I love that for our people to do that. And I've got to get out there and attend some of these events. But you know why I don't go? It's too hot. I know I shouldn't be saying that, but sometimes it's been too hot. It's worth it, though. I might can do it now that I'm a little more healthier. I might can get out there and support those events. Cultural foods. Cookouts are a staple. My menus often highlight the color red as a symbol of resilience and the bloodshed by enslaved ancestors, featuring items like strawberry soda, red velvet cake, and hibiscus tea. I love hibiscus tea. Ooh, that's what I need. I'm going to drink me some today. Significance today. Federal recognition. Following decades of grassroots activism by advocates, Juneteenth was officially signed into law as a United States federal holiday in June 2021. So we have been celebrating Juneteenth. Juneteenth. I can't speak today. As a federal holiday since 2021. I saw the woman on Facebook who walked so many miles to make this happen. I don't even know her name, but she walked so many miles to make it happen. Today, Juneteenth represents both a celebration of black freedom and ongoing reflection on civil rights and the American experience. That's all right. I like that for us. I don't know her name. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up something for it. I know Biden was the one that did it, that signed the papers, but it was a black woman who was leading all that. That's what I was looking for. I do not see her name. I watched it on Facebook this morning, and I was like, I didn't know that woman had been walking all those years trying to get this a federal holiday, and now it finally is. So take out work and enjoy that federal holiday, because it does mean something. And I know many of you may never have experienced racism or or experienced what it's like to be enslaved in a situation or being talked down to. But there are thousands, millions that have experienced what it feels like to be a minority. I've experienced it. I know I have. And it hurts a lot. It hurts to be treated unfair when you know that something's supposed to be yours and you're not allowed to have it. Freedom is supposed to be ours. And in some instances, while we are free on paper, that is not how it's looked at out here in society. So use every avenue you can to make sure. Sorry about the young. I knew it was going to happen. To make sure that we stay free and that we continue to educate our children on what it means. But that woman touched me this morning when she said that it was not, Juneteenth was not originated in Africa, but originated here in the United States. And I'm glad she cleared that up. Otherwise, even though I was hearing and I knew it was Galveston, Texas, but if you follow by those colors, you're going to think it happened in Africa or it's an African thing, and it's not. It's over here in the United States. So shout out to her for clearing that up for us. All right, that's all, y'all. Peace, love, and happiness. Till the next time. Miss Coco Bowden signing off.